My name is Tink Nathan, and I've been a bow hunter my entire life. I've had some amazing adventures and some of the greatest friends. Howard Hill, Fred Bear, Peter Capstick. I'm 76 years old now. I've hunted many, many countries. And I'm not done yet.
Tink Nathan's Hunting Adventures is brought to you by Tink 69 Doan Buck Rut Lure, America's #1 selling buck lure, Danner Boots, and Lacrosse Footwear.
This upcoming safari is about introducing Carie Jo to Africa and also to hunting. Carie Jo never hunted before. I've hunted all over the world. I've hunted Africa. I was a professional hunter there for 9 years. So I wanted this trip to be about her, not about me. I didn't shoot very much. I hunted a little bit, got a few animals that were on my bucket list. But basically, I wanted to introduce her to Africa and to hunting and to show her the Africa that I loved.
Tink said, "You want to go to Africa?" I said, "I don't know." It was supposed to be 10 days, and then it was 20, then it ended up with 30 days. And I'd never been out of the country. I was scared to death about that. I'd never been hunting. I never killed an animal except run over a squirrel. It broke my heart about 40 years ago.
It's anybody's guess of what's going to happen. Hey, Carrie, I got you a set of boots.
All right. Oh, those are nice. They fit great, sweetie.
They're not too tight, are they?
Nope, they're like they're made for me. Those mine?
No, these are mine. I have a pair of Danner boots I've worn since 1985. Aren't they nice?
Yeah, they are.
I worked with wounded soldiers, and I had a crossbow laying around. It was a recurve bow, not the fastest thing in the world, but very dependable and very, very accurate. I introduced her to the crossbow, and we went out in the backyard, and she took 2 shots, both of them right smack in the bullseye. Good shot.
The day that Tink gave me the crossbow and said, "Well, try this," I was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to shoot that." I was kind of scared, but then I was excited too. And then after I shot it a couple times there, I thought, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I didn't want to go over there and be the only woman with all these men, make a fool of myself, you know. I went over there and I was like, "I'm doing this for the women. It's all for you women. If I can do it, y'all can do it."
Packing for safari. We're going to Africa. This is my professional hunter shirt that I wore for 12 years in Africa. It's got African bow hunting safaris, which are my epaulets that we used to wear over there. I got a zebra vest, so when you're hunting zebras, you can sneak up on a zebra and pretend you're a zebra.
Yeah, as long as they don't think as long as they don't get me mixed up with. Oh yeah, that's pretty, honey. Okay. Thank you.
And that's wool, so it doesn't scratch when you go through the brush. And there's a lot of thorns. Everything over there pricks you and bites you. I planned this trip with Guthrie Safaris, especially Robbie Guthrie. Robbie was a kid of 14 living in Louis Trehart in South Africa when I moved over there many years ago. Robbie had a scrapbook, and he clipped pictures of me out of magazines and Tink's ads and everything. He had no notion at all that I was actually living in Louis Trehart in South Africa. In fact, I gave him his first bow, an Oneida Eagle. And he went on to become a professional hunter. He married a lady, and now they have 2 wonderful sons. The boys have shot more elephants and buffalo and leopard than probably most professional hunters in Africa. I hadn't seen Robbie for ages. He lives up in the northern part of Limpopo province in the town of Chapis, and that's where we're going to do our safari.
Bill, man.
How are you, buddy?
Beautiful, man. How you doing?
Great, you look great.
You too.
Yeah.
You're getting shorter, man.
I'm getting bigger too. I have Dunlap's disease.
Dunlap's.
Yeah, my stomach Dunlapped over my belt buckle. This is my lady, Carie Jo.
Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
You have a
Come on.
lovely
Kerry.
family.
Kerry.
Kerry.
You got a
So
lovely
nice to
wife.
have you.
What are we going to hunt today?
Whatever comes in, blind guy, into the blind.
Are you excited?
Yeah,
You nervous?
I'm scared to death.
Well, there's nothing to really worry about. We're going to be after Plains game today, and we don't know what's going to come in. Maybe nothing. You know, some days you just go out and you just sit all day and nothing happens, you know. The heart is usually protected by the leg bone. So you want to shoot them in the lungs. The lungs is the largest organ in the body. A shot through the lungs is always fatal.
I was like, well, am I going to have to shoot out of this? You know, it was all new to me. I was like, putting me in this little hole, you know. It was also, you had to be real quiet, and that was the hardest thing. Everybody asked me what was the hardest thing about Africa. For me, I was like, being quiet. Supposed to shoot? Which one? You know, I was like, oh no. And there was one in the very back, you know, it was behind a tree, and I was like, and the guys will tell you which one, you know, to shoot, to aim at, and tell you when. And I was like, but I don't know. I can't see that third one. I want to see what that third one looks like, because that third one, you know, is way back there, you know, and I wanted to see what it looked like. was very frustrating. I was very aggravated because it wouldn't fire. I had 3 beautiful water bucks, and I missed the chance to get it.
This was Carie Jo's first day of hunting. She had a beautiful water buck at 12 yards broadside, and the bow didn't go off. It wasn't cocked properly. My fault, I should have overseen it. I'm not that good with crossbows. So we got the bow fixed, and she got another shot about 30, 35 yards. It was an angling shot. It wasn't the best shot in the world, and we missed. I think maybe the crossbow, when we cocked it by hand, we threw one side off a little bit instead of using the crank. So lesson learned, the 10-point is a good bow. Got to use the crank to make sure both limbs are lined up.
I thank God, it being off like that, I wouldn't have wanted to hit any animal because I want a clear, clean shot.
Als de lijn nou recht is, net een beetje hoog. Maar ik denk wel dat hij hoogte daar los hoor. 100%. I like that.
Carrie just couldn't get that water buck out of her head. So the very next morning, she went right back to the same blind.
It kept going in circles. It didn't know it was hit. It was running on adrenaline, and it just kept running in circles. It'd go down the creek, and then up the creek, and then it'd make, a full circle. I was out of shape, and I wasn't used to the heat and the running and stuff, you know. I got in shape pretty quick. I could have stayed, there and let the guys do it, but I felt like, well, I shot it, so it's my responsibility to go after it too. And I was so proud of myself.
I was just glad I turned around, eh?
I'm
telling you the exit hole on this side, it's on the right place.
Yeah, it's perfect, the exit hole.
Perfect, the exit hole.
Yeah, this waterbuck was giving us a hard time from day one. First day we tried 5 times shooting him. Today we got a shot at him, perfect shot, but he still went on. He just decided it's not time today, but luckily we beat him. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a beautiful animal. Beautiful animal.
With the water buck back at the lodge, Carrie and Johan decided to go try some stalking.
We just went tracking. His parents have like 11,000 acres, and we went over there on his parents' land and went to tracking them on foot. And I liked it. I didn't know that he says don't look, you know, when we get up to a herd or we see one, you know, kind of glance and keep your eyes, you know, down, because if you have eye contact with the animal, it'll spook the whole herd. So I learned a lot of different things, you know, over there about, you know, hunting and animals and stuff. When I finally took the shot and I got it, and then when we went to track the animal, he pulls a joke on me. He says, "Where's the animal?" And he's pointing over there. I'm looking off to the left and what, and he says, "You see it?" And I'm looking and I'm like, "No, I don't see it." And then he says, "Well, look this way." It was right there, you know, about 4 foot from me, you know, and he's pulling a joke on me. Well, if it'd been a snake, it'd bit me.
Very nice.
And this is my lifelong buddy, Robbie Guthrie from Guthrie Safaris. And this was just an amazing day.
Slow for us, but very, very good for Carrie, huh?
Yeah.
She had a fantastic day.
Well, you've got some good PHs here at Guthrie Safari.
Yes, I just want to thank Johan.
He's the man.
Well, okay.
Yes, he is.
This is Johan Botha. And tell us what you think of this ramcat broad. I know you're not much of a bow hunter, but what do you think of that head?
No, I've been bow hunting before and I like it. It did a real good job on both these animals. The Nyala was a straight pass through. He didn't even go 30 yards and he dropped down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, I wasn't there to thank you, but she thanks you. As you know, Carrie doesn't talk a whole lot, but I bet she talked today.
Oh, I did.
I bet you she was excited today. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever believe in your wildest imagination that you'd be in Africa?
Nope.
Did you ever
My
believe?
first of everything.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Did you ever believe that you'd be hunting on safari in Africa?
No, never.
Did you ever think that you'd be hunting with a crossbow in the middle of Africa?
Oh, no, no. Because I'd say, give me a rifle, give me a gun.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I love that thing.
Yeah, that's a 10-point crossbow. And it's a recurve, and the reason I got it is that recurves, they don't break. They're just like the old-fashioned recurve we all learned on, and there's no moving parts except a bowstring, so that you never have any trouble with it, you know. Well, I want to thank you and thank Johan for doing a really great job.
Next week on Tink Nathan's Hunting Adventures.
I mean, this is way, way up in the record book. Gold medal for sure.
You see that? Yeah, right in the shoulder.